give a lovely welcome on stage to Nelson Gombakomba.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, man. Ooh. Thank you. You guys are in for a treat tonight. God damn. Look at you. You don't even know what's about to happen. So my name is Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. the Second. That only stops being funny when you realize that's my actual name. I always tell the ladies the name Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. the Second is the shortest thing about me, and never gets old, never does. High five. See, I live in Norwich right now. I'm from Norfolk. Make some noise if you're from Norfolk. Just one person. Norfolk is whiter than cocaine. Okay. It's white. White. Like, I went to high school there. Every time the teacher read out the register, they'd be silence in anticipation when they go to my name. They actually skip all the boring names. Like, sir, what's your name? That's a boring name, guys. She didn't care whether you came to school or not. She'd skip all the names. She'd skip all the names, and then she'd get to my name. And all the kids would huddle up like a mini staff party. And they'd be silence and anticipation. And then she would read it out. She would go, Nelson Tinashe Gombakomba Jr. Azi wenyama, wenya. And all the other kids would lift me up like the Lion King. And they start dancing around me like, Igudama, Igudama, man, Igudama. We never got any work done, which is why I'm doing this job right now. In my high school, there were 4 black kids. But the only people that knew there were 4 black kids were the 4 black kids. Everyone just thought it was one black kid was everywhere. Like, Nelson, I just seen you in the science exam. What are you doing at the bus stop? I just seen you playing cricket. What are you doing smoking weed? One of the 4 black kids was my little brother. And sometimes I'd be able to spot his little black head bubbling in the ocean of white Norfolk kids. And I tried to sneak out behind him and surprise him like, hey, little brother, hey. And then it would turn out to be a different black kid. And I feel racist, like, damn, they all look the same to me. Crazy, man. So I'm half black, half Chinese. My father doesn't like that joke, but our neighbor, Mr. Chang, thinks it's really funny. So he comes up to me after the show like, Nelson, I didn't like that joke. Shush about. Because that's how you say thank you in Chinese. I have a hairy wife. Nobody else got one of them? Anybody got a hairy wife? Bro, my wife is hairy, bro. She's like hairy everywhere. Like everywhere. Everywhere. Except for her eyebrows. That is where she draws the line. Okay, sorry. It's a pun. I'm so sorry. I had to. It's a good joke. The other day, me and the hairy wife were watching 50 Shades of Grey. And I was like, hairy wife, let's recreate this, right? And so my hairy wife, she changed me up. And then she starts whipping me. Whip, whip, whip. You know the whipping sound, right, guys? And I soon found out it's really hard to say the safe word when you have that bowl gag in your mouth. I'm like, stop. Black Lives Matter, stop. She whipped me like we'd been caught recreating 50 Shades of Grey in Saudi Arabia. I was like, stop. We were meant to recreate 50 Shades of Grey, but we ended up recreating 12 Years a Slave. I was like, stop. Ugh. Thank you. I was on a bus the other day. And there was this lady who was breastfeeding. Like, I don't know the sign for breastfeeding, but that's what she was doing. She was like breastfeeding. And then this man stood up. He stood up. He was like, "Ma'am, stop breastfeeding in public." And everyone remained silent because it's such a weird thing to shout out in public, right? Then the man stood up again. He was like, "Ma'am, stop breastfeeding in public." And I thought to myself, this is my one chance to stand up for women's rights. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Say, this is my one chance to stand up for women's rights. So I pulled the titties out of my mouth and I said, "Sir, leave my wife alone, sir. Leave my hairy wife alone." And then Mr. Chang was like, "Listen, I didn't like this joke." And my wife's got one of those long titties, like, you know, the National Geography titties, the ones that just like, bam, the long titties. So I really had to pull that out of my mouth, like you know when a magician pulls out that thing from under, that's also, leave my wife alone, sir. Pull that titty out of my mouth. So I'm originally from Zimbabwe, which means my passport will never get stolen. Someone will steal my passport, then run after me like, "Sir, take a shit back, please." I lived in Zimbabwe until I was able to swim. I swam all the way from Africa. I almost drowned 27 times. I fought sharks. I fought Somali pirates, only to get washed up at this place called Great Yarmouth. Now, I did look around for a bit, and then I started swimming back to Africa. I was like, if that is Great Yarmouth, I don't want to see the normal Yarmouth. Can you? Live in Norwich right now. There's 48 black people in Norwich. There'll be 49 when I go back home tonight. There's so few black people in Norwich that every time I see one, I do the head nod. There's only one black guy to do it to, right? Looks like that. Sometimes if it's an elderly black man, I'll even beat my chest too. I don't know why, but they like it. I was in South London last weekend, I kept going. I live in Norfolk right now. I asked a girl from Norfolk why she does not date any black guys. And she said it's because there aren't any in her family. It was a fair point, technically speaking. Tie-tying me. In Norfolk, familytree.com is a dating website. Thank you. I actually live next to the Norwich City football ground stadium. I live right next to the stadium. And when I'm bored, I like to go watch the matches, you know. I like to go watch the matches. And I like to do one thing that no one else ever does. I like to racially abuse all the white players there. And I'll be saying real racist shit as well, like, "Pookie, go home." No one bets an eyelid, anything. And it's really racist. Like I don't throw bananas. I throw Yorkshire puddings like, go home, Punky, go home. I was talking to my pet zebra the other day. And I say, zebra, are you white with black stripes? Or are you black with white stripes? And then the zebra ran away with my bag of weed. I didn't really write a punchline for that joke. I just thought you'd fill it in based on your own racial prejudice, you know. Whew. Thank you. I feel like the light has gone out for me to wrap up now. I believe that is what I haven't done the stage in years. Anyone have any questions?
You just did great.
Thank you, sir. Take me to show reviews. If you Google black comedian from Norwich, I'm the top result. It won't be racist at all. So sometimes Google try to check in a few white people in there just to mess with you. Like, did you meet white comedian from Norwich? Nah, it's really just me. Before I leave you, I just want to say this one thing. I'm gonna be on live at the Apollo in January. Thank you. January the 14th. I'll be in the second row wearing the same jumper. Thank you. My name's Nelson T. Gombakomba Jr. Peace. Thank you.